Hey guys, welcome back to the Whatever Comes to Mind podcast. I'm Heaven. You guys already saw Lathan in the last video and heard him, and this is Shay. So first, start off with why they should listen to you about anything. Like, what's your expertise?
I would say I'm highly intellectual. I took a lot of upper level English classes when I was in high school, AP seminar, AP research. Those classes require you to do an intense amount of research, an intense amount of reading research journals and understanding that kind of language. So I would say I'm pretty intellectual, and I'm a strong arguer. So you're gonna listen to me whether you like it or not.
Yeah, because whether you want to listen is not indicative of what I have to say. Because I'm actually just gonna say it, and you're gonna
have to hear it.
You have ears. Okay. So we're gonna dive right into it, no BS. How can we change the narrative about black fathers being absent? My first answer would be, first, stop being absent. That will clear a lot of the air.
I feel like a lot of black men have father issues. You know, they have daddy issues just as much as women have daddy issues, but women internalize our daddy issues, men externalize their daddy issues. So instead of women, we feel our pain on the inside, men try to feel that same pain. They perpetuate that onto women. So
don't you think it's weird that women gets blamed for issues with men? So they be like, well, she has daddy issues, and it's not. And you could tell it. They could be like, well, this is fatherless behavior from her, and you're blaming a woman regardless of what this is fatherless behavior. Her dad left her.
Also, how can you call something I do fatherless behavior and you never had a father either? Let's start there.
And you're doing the same thing, actually.
Because some of the actions that personally I see men perpetuate is kind of feminine. What you mean matching my energy?
Why are you telling me you clocked my tea?
Yeah, bro, wake up, man. Wake up.
Why are you clocking my tea? What? Period. Are we serious? They be like, well, I don't like masculine women. Do you like feminine men? Because you're being one. Anyway.
I just feel like we both can be pretty princesses in a situation.
One of us has to drive. Do you be saying Queen and Clarence?
Ooh, I'm praying for my sister Queen. She honestly, Queen is the problem at this point. Yeah. Queen is the problem. She never heals herself. She just hops relationship to relationship. Chris hurt her tremendously. She was with that man for years. They loved each other. They built something real. And then he cheated on her. And she cheated on him.
Poor. They was very happy poor.
It was money. Money fucks y'all up. Because people are greedy. Instead of looking at what y'all built together and loving it, men resent it. Because they that honestly, when you stay down with a man through a struggle, he resents you because you remind him of that struggle. Why would he want a reminder of his struggle around? When he around all the diamonds and the chains and the cars and all that stuff, and he up and he look at you and he see that struggle. He see when y'all ain't have no lights. He see when y'all ain't have no water. He see when there's roaches and rats in the house. He don't want you. He wants something. He want a new body.
Okay, and I saw this video of Queen and Clarence dancing to Let's Get Married by Jagged Edge. If you've never heard the song, the most important lyric of the song is Let's Get Married. That is the premise of the song. And during the part where he was singing all the other lyrics, but when it was the Let's Get Married part, he closed his mouth. And Queen was like, no, sing it. Then he started laughing, a pure belly laugh. If you let that type of stuff go on, you have to like it. This has to be something that you're okay with. So I don't feel bad for her.
It has to be like a humiliation ritual. She likes it.
Yeah, okay, but how would you change the narrative? So I think...
Yeah, we just went on a tangent.
Yeah, this is Whatever Comes to Mind podcast. It happens. It's fine. I think, changing it. I think the way you speak about black men and the way black men speak about themselves, and I think that's a good way to change the narrative. And I think positive stories headed out to the media. Okay, this is actually very off topic, but I have to go back to this. I think Tyler Perry makes movies and TV shows that is I wrote this down. I think it is black erotica. I think it is erotica of black pain, because that's all it is.
Yes.
It's no other way to explain it. It's just black pain erotica. And
dark-skinned man equals devil, light-skinned man equals Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And I think that's all he does. And I think but
bonus points if he's biracial.
Yeah. And I do think that he does some good things, because I think he employs every black person he sees, because the way they act in the movies is no way they're qualified.
Ow.
And then the snow in the movies be like tissue paper but that is actually besides the point.
Tyler Perry was definitely not ready for Tyler Perry Studios, but since his film expectations are high for black people, very low in white media. So in black people's eyes, he was ready for that studio. But if you watch his movie, he wasn't ready for that damn studio.
But we were ready for him. We were ready to have someone who does unapologetically black films and it hires people that look like him, and
his TV shows be good.
Yeah.
It's
House
just
of
the
Pain.
movies.
Yeah.
The movies be like... Beauty and the Black is very questionable, actually. Because have y'all seen that scene with the male stripper shaking his dick? Something is wrong with Tyler Perry. You are a very sick man. Something's corrupt in that mind.
But shout out to you for hiring people that look like you and keeping them employed and putting them on, because I think he's done a great job at that.
That you do well.
Yeah. So I think positive media stories about black fatherhood, I think it's incredibly crazy that Kobe Bryant made you guys think being a father was cool. The girl dad, you didn't think that being a girl dad was cool to a basketball player. Like, why, we talked about this in the last video, but why are athletes and entertainers the things that we look up to and aspire to be? Why not the activists? Why not the community leaders? Why not the people that you see in your household? Your first hero is your mom or your dad. That's your first hero that you ever meet in your life. I just feel like, why did it take Kobe, the 20-year vet, to girl dad to be trending? I think that's incredibly crazy. I think we're the only group of people that will ever think to do something like that. That the athletes, yeah, I'm listening to what all that boy know how to do is dribble a basketball, throw a football, but his impact is what we did. I can't get over it. But let's get back into it. How to break generational curses when it comes to parenting.
I would say it takes a little therapy. It takes a little looking on the inside.
A little.
A lot of.
Yeah.
You have to look on the inside and truly understand, like, what was it that your parents did while raising you that broke your spirit. Me personally, it was like the way my mother like spoke to me and kind of like the attention that she paid towards me, because I am her youngest child, and by the time she had me, like, at a certain point she was tired of being a parent. So it was kind of like I was kind of left to my own a lot, and like when she was around, like, It wasn't like healthy speak anyway. So I kind of internalized that, and it made me have a negative talk about myself until I looked inside and like, why do I feel this way about myself?
Do you feel like that like overshadowed you? Like, it overshadowed? How many siblings do you have?
4.
You have 4, exactly. Like, do you feel like you got overshadowed by them when you were younger? Were they raised at the same time as you?
Yeah.
Also, do y'all all have the same father?
No.
Okay.
My oldest 3 siblings have their own father, and then
Each
me,
like they
all
all have the same.
They all have the same father, and then me and my sister that's right before me, we have the same dad.
Does that make you feel isolated from them in terms of like? Probably not. Like,
No, but
My mom loved her kids so much she gave us all our own dad. All 6 of us.
you get a dad.
But
You get a dad.
what she said, my coochie good. That's why I got 6 baby dads.
Yeah. Let keep going.
Who said that?
My mama. No, but Sexy Red was like, that's a Sexy Red lyric.
Yeah, but I would say I didn't feel overshadowed because it was kind of like she was raising 2 different generations at the same time. Like me, my sister was born 2004, 2005. My oldest 3 siblings was born between 1997 and 2001. So it was like raising 2 different generations.
Yeah, my oldest was born
household.
in 95. My mom's oldest was born in 95, and the youngest was born in 09. And my mom was a teen mom 3 times. So the 95 one, the 97, and the one that was born in 2000. So it was a lot of different struggle dynamics. The teen mom, single mom, different dads, 2 different generation of kids.
Yeah.
So every compounding factor, compounding variable that you could think that would impact how you would raise a kid happened. And then the grandma was the mom.
Yeah.
And I just think
For me, it was like my oldest sibling. Like she was the mama. Mind you, my mama has 5 girls. All of us are girls. I don't have no brothers, all sisters. So my oldest sister was the mom, and I feel like sometimes like that brings like a lot of resentment between like my older 3 siblings, against me and my sisters right before
She
me
didn't get to be
because,
a kid.
Yeah. Like, she saw us, like, go on trips and, you know, like, get to really kind of, like, have a childhood. And, like, she didn't really get to have that because she was, like, raising kids. And then she ended up getting pregnant at 18. So she had her own baby. So, yeah. And
While you were single digits, right?
I was 10 when she had her first baby. So it was just, I feel like sometimes it's that. And then also, like, I'm the first one in my family to go, like, a 4-year university for a ride scholarship, things like that. So I feel like they definitely don't understand that. Like, they expect me to still be at their very beck and call.
Time out. A black family will send the person who's in jail money before they send it to the kid that's in college. And I do not understand that, because when let's say, boom, 4 years from right now, 4 years and 3 months, we have the cap and gown, right? You know what I'm going to do with my social science education degree. It's only one thing to do, teach. That's what it's for. But we don't know what he's going to do when he gets out. Or maybe we do. Maybe he's going to do what got him in there in the first place. Mm-hmm. So I do think that they just allocate resources the wrong way. I'm not saying you should forget about him, but let's not forget, this is not, especially if it's not wrongful imprisonment, if he's
not on vacation.
This is
not a vacation.
Go make them license plates. That's what you need to do. Go make them.
Now, it might be slave labor, but hey, you commit the crime, you got to do your time, my guy.
This is why, like, the weed laws, like, they're BS, and it's legal now, and that's good. But it was a crime when you did it. It was a crime when you did it. You should be free now, but let's not act like.
And they may have overwhooped it with the years. They was going to look crazy with the years.
Yeah, but
so some of y'all do need to come on out, but when you did commit a crime.
It was a crime when you did it, and let's just not act like it. Let's act like it wasn't. But back to your family situation.
Yeah. So I would say when it comes to I don't have any children right now, thank the Lord. But when it comes to, like, how I am towards my nieces and nephews is that even though they make me terribly angry, I try to explain to them what they did to make me angry and explain to them why what they did is not okay. Like, my first thought isn't to give them a whooping. Of course I still give them whoopings. Like, you know, but I don't be over whooping, and I don't beat children. I don't do that.
Okay, so for my dynamic, my sister is in prison right now, and my oldest niece, her oldest child is 7, and then there's a 5 and a 3. He's gonna be 4 this year. And we all live in the same house when I'm at my mom's house, so we don't really have the niece aunt dynamic. They're more like my younger siblings, and I try to talk to them as much as possible, because if I don't, my granny will whoop them. She also
old school.
She don't whoop. I'm actually happy that grandparents, like, this, because this is her great grandkids. So if you thought how she treated the grandkids was good, you don't even want to see how she treat the great grands. So I do think that it's good that as parents get older, they lighten up. But I do think you have to explain things to kids, because they don't know.
This is their first time on earth. Their very first time. They don't know a damn thing.
Like I said this earlier, whenever they stub their toe, that's the worst pain they've ever felt ever. And you need to address it as such. Like, do not be like, you're overreacting. This has never ever happened to them before. And in their mind, it's never going to happen again.
Like, this is their first time feeling emotions. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, so I do think you have to talk to kids more. I am not a believer in just parenting. Sometimes you have to whoop them.
Yes.
If you're running out of traffic, I just have to whoop you, just so you know. Every time you do this, you're going to get hurt. Every time you try to play with the stove, I'm going to whoop you, just so you know that the house will burn down. Like, I just need you to know that these actions will always get you hurt. That's why every time you do it, I have to whoop you.
Only for serious offenses. Like whoopings for every little... Stop whooping them kids because you overwhelmed. Please.
Yeah.
Stop whooping them kids because you ain't smoke no weed today. Please.
Never whoop your kids while you're angry at them. Like, right then, because you're going to overwhoop them. They might deserve the whooping. Yes, but you got to calm down before you whoop them. Because you're beating them because you're angry and not because they deserve to be whooped.
I definitely think, like, when I get in those moments of extreme anger and I'm like, I know I'm finna give you a whooping, but at first, while I'm still angry, I'm going to sit you down and explain what you did to me that made me so freaking angry. Because 9 times out of 10, when you're angry at a child and you feel like you have to whoop them, it's because what they did was A, either extremely stupid, or B, disappointed you terribly, and you thought that was something that your child would never do. So you need to explain to them what they did, because if you don't explain, you're just gonna be like, what did I get a whooping for? What was this for?
Because you're not, if it's 10 things in a situation, you're probably only whooping them for 2 things. 8 things of that was probably acceptable. So you need to tell them what the whooping behaviors are, so they know, like, I can't do this, but this was probably fine. Because, like, I think it's like tough love versus coddling with kids. I think that's one of the biggest things with kids nowadays. If you're too hard on them, they will go into their shell and they might not ever break out of it. But you can't. No is probably the best word you could tell a kid. Sometimes I tell my nieces no, not because they shouldn't do it, but just so they know that, like, I can't always get my way.
Yes.
Sometimes you just gotta tell them no on the little stuff, just so no isn't word that they'll always be able to understand.
Yes.
Okay. So back to the generational curses. I think a lot of our parents have spewed venom towards us, and it hit us like knives in our back. And I think what you got to do, instead of throwing a knife, you got to put the shield on your child's back. You have to, when you have the kids, you have to be like, this is how I was raised, and look, and this is how I feel about it. And I think that's why a lot of parents overcorrect, because they have to do so much to try to undo what happened to them. And I think that's where the overcorrection happens. But you got to try something else. If you don't like how you raised, even if you have to reverse the whole situation, you got to try something else.
Side note, a lot of us aren't mad at our parents for how they raised us. A lot of us are mad at our parents because they had no money. A lot of us are mad at our parents because we were raised poor as hell, and we missed out on a lot of great opportunities that could have put us in a lot of better places.
Yeah, all my whoopings I deserve, but I also deserve to be able to go to the bookstore and get 3 books. And so, like, also, I said this earlier, just because I speak from a place of passion does not mean I'm speaking from a place of pain. I can feel very strongly about a situation without still having resentment towards it. I think the 4 things kids need is stability, structure, love, and discipline. And I didn't say love first because I guarantee you probably at least 98% of the parents that are homeless love their kids.
And they don't have no stability.
And yet, I'm sure they love them to death. And yet. So I think stability, structure, love, and discipline, I think that's like the secret sauce to raising kids.
Another way we can break a generational curse is community. We need to stop being individuals. We need to build community. Because if heaven helps me, I'm more likely to help heaven when she needs it.
And now our kids, like growing up with the cousins that's not your real cousins, that's like one of the best forms of community kids will have. Because now they have their immediate family and their chosen family, and I think it just breeds positive relationship dynamics.
Yes.
And we helping obviously never ever pour from an empty cup. If you don't have it, you do not have it. You cannot put somebody else's fire, you cannot put their fire out if your house is still on fire. Yes. But if you have it, why not help?
Exactly, like the curses come from ego too. Like my dad had a father in his house.
The ego is the worst thing that's ever happened to humanity.
He thinks putting a bunch of stuff in front of me is going to fill that void that he had, so he can feel like being a good father isn't just, or being a good parent isn't just giving people like the stuff that they want in life. Like it's about giving them stuff that they really need and not giving them too much. So you really showing them like stability and love and things of that nature. But you can't. Like, what was it? The curse is you cannot just expect your kid to automatically love you and follow every direction and rule you set if you're giving them everything.
Y'all are going to dislike this if you're a parent, but your kid doesn't owe you anything while you simultaneously owe them everything you can give them. Do not think about how you raised them and think about why did they put you in this nursing home. Did you deserve it?
I feel like a child can give you nothing. Once they reach a certain age, like under the age of 18, a child can give you nothing but love. That's all you should expect from your child. Love me. That's all you should expect.
I think the best gift, like the one gift that I gave my dad that he's kept, was a handmade card when I was like 10. And I also bought him like a wallet, like a fancy wallet and a tie. And I couldn't tell you where none of that's at. I know where that card's at. So I think love is the best thing that a child can give you, and I think that's the only thing you should expect from them.
Because it's pure, it's unconditional. Your child is the only person that loves you without any conditions. They just want you to be there. They just want you to be mom. They just want you to be dad. They don't want nothing else from you.
Yeah, they don't know. And you're their first inspiration. You're their first love or their first heartbreak that they ever face in life. And not only are you the first, you're the one that's the most important. That you're the one they can't shake. You're the one that no matter what they say, no matter what they do, whenever they look at that family tree, you're the first name on it. So you're the one that they can never shake. Okay, so why do we think like blaming the kids for the parents like mishaps is so prominent?
Because it's easier to blame a child. It's literally just easier to blame a child because everybody is going to forgive the child. Adults have to be held accountable.
Yep.
Children do not.
Not at all. Almost.
You give a child a whooping, send them on their way. That's all the accountability they got to take.
Yeah.
But adults have to face real life consequences. So it's easy to blame the child.
Also, they don't. I guess it's harder for them to defend themselves. Like,
because you should know better.
You should know better. Also, stop telling kids. Also, one thing I don't like is if your child doesn't know how to do their work, increasing the volume of your argument is not increasing the validity.
The understanding. Like, they don't understand the concept. Break it down.
Yeah. Also, well, one thing I hate is like, well, you should be able to do this. I'm not able to do it. So you telling me that I should be able to do it, and instead of showing me how to do it differently, does not help.
And then it's also like, what if the teacher sent the homework home and this was her first day teaching it? I don't know it actually.
Yeah. Also, you don't think that you could help? Like, rereading it, unless you reading some different numbers, is not helping the situation.
Especially if your child is in elementary school. Like, the work is easy. Especially the math work. Unless your child putting algebra in front of you, like, you should never be, like, screaming at them. Like, it's simple addition, subtraction, multiplication, math, division, a little bit of fractions.
Number one thing, they was like, oh, they changed math up on this. Like, I can't even help you. They changed the math. And
a different method does not change the
8 plus 5 is the same thing as 5 plus 8. That's always been the case. So let's stop acting like that.
Like, going back, I remember it was in middle school is when I would need help with math. And that's when they changed math. And that's when we were doing a lot of stuff that we didn't need to do to get the same answer. And it's kind of just, they wouldn't want to deal with it at all. They're just like, they changed math, I can't help you.
Y'all know what I'm sick of? Baby mama and baby daddy culture. Yeah. The marriage is too big of a commitment, but the child isn't. If you have a child with them, you will deal with that lady for the rest of your life.
Parenting does not stop at 18.
It never. For some people, it never should, but in some communities, it always has.
Right.
Parenting does not stop, and also, don't you know how when people think that like as your kids get older, their issues like get easier, their issues get worse. Like
harder.
If you thought the tantrum at 5 was bad, and the tantrum is actually inconsequential, wait till I have to, if I get a divorce and you my mama. Wait till you go. Think about what you go here then. So, but that baby daddy and baby mama culture is so toxic. How is a wedding or marriage less commitment than a baby?
Right. And then y'all be decking out these baby showers all grand because you know you ain't never gonna get no wedding.
Yeah. Okay, did we forget the order of operations? You meet, you date, then you possibly move in together. Then marriage, then the baby.
I don't do no shaking up now. No, God.
You never?
Mm-mm.
I saw this one lady say, you shouldn't marry someone today. I mean, you shouldn't move in with someone today propose to you.
I would do that because ain't no way we like, you proposed to me, we get married in 6 months. No, we need to wait.
U-hauling is so toxic. Like, that's like the worst thing you can do. You do not know these people at all. Like, when people be getting married within 1 year.
5.
3 to 5.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, we talked for 2 weeks, we dated for 2 months, and we're getting married in another month.
No.
You don't know them.
Yeah, we talked for 2 weeks, and then we dated for 6 months, and then one day we just decided to have a little courthouse wedding, and we eloped.
And then, like, they see that on TikTok, and they think that's okay. Everybody sees that, and they think that's okay. That is not okay. Like,
you do not know these people, and then
exactly.
And then y'all try to force it to make it work, and then 20 years down the line, you like, I hate this motherfucker.
And think about what your kids. So your
and
kids,
the kids know you hate that motherfucker.
The kids, the worst thing you can do is stay together for the kids in a toxic relationship. Kids will see it, and then kids will analyze something without even knowing it. They'll study it and watch it over and over on replay, and now this is all they know. But kids know when the parents are unhappy. They can feel it.
They resent you more for staying
I think
together.
parents can feel. I think kids can feel their mother's emotions. Like I think that they, like as much as you try to hide it, kids always know. They know something. They're smarter than they let on, and they can feel when something's off because that's all they have is their feelings.
Yes.
They
all they got is vibes.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think that social media has helped or hurt how we address issues in the Black community?
Definitely hurt because some of you niggas is ignorant. I'm sorry, some of you don't deserve a voice. Some of y'all need to shut the fuck up.
So you and your baby mama arguing, and you came to and you doing what I'm doing. You talking at the internet.
Come on, bro.
We're not a judge. We're not a jury.
We can't help you.
We don't know you. It's not like we could go to the baby mama house. Like we cannot help you. Stop going to the internet.
Like the number one thing that fails is if you go in issues with somebody else, with your partner, and you go into some whole other person who deals with relationships completely different from you, and you go to somebody on TikTok who don't know anything about you or the person, and you listen to them, listen to their advice.
And they only know one side.
Exactly.
Like, if anything, if you're going to go outside of your relationship and tell other people, which I think is dumb, why not tell a mutual who knows both of y'all?
Mm-hmm. Or a therapist, maybe.
Or a therapist. They get paid for it. They might. Since when did we stop trusting professionals in media and medicine? You think
therapy intense?
You think they got that white coat on accident? You think that PhD is there for no reason? Like, why? Like, when did we stop? When did people in white coats and glasses stop being the people to listen to?
They were just like, oh, these professionals don't know what they're talking about. Try blah, blah, blah. Try
the internet has corrupted y'all brains. Not everything is on Google. I'm sorry. Not everything is on Google. The
directions and quickest way to get there. That's Google. A lot of the other things is human interaction and figuring it out.
Y'all need to go outside. You cannot be stuck on the internet. You gotta go outside.
Also, the internet is not real. Think about what you're watching and what you're listening to. We are sitting here in front of you, and you do not know anything about us except what we've told you in the past 27 minutes. And you might think we're beefing, or we could be the best friends, and y'all will not know, and y'all don't know how this video was edited or how this sound is edited, and y'all don't know. The internet is fake. Like, even the most extreme family vloggers probably show us 40% of their lives.
Yes.
And the 40 that they want us to see.
We seen that with Ruby Frankie. You see what the hell she was doing to her kids?
Yeah. The Austin and Catherine,
No, Austin and Catherine, they do good by their kids. It's just Austin and Catherine themselves.
I'm saying, like, yeah. They actually, I think that breaking up is probably sometimes
the best thing that they could have did.
Like, Austin is a great father from what we see.
Horrible human, great father.
Yeah. If you ever watch Modern Family, you will understand that that's how Phil Dunphy is to Claire. Mm-hmm. But the way he is to the kids is amazing.
Well, Phil was impartial.
He was impartial towards
everybody. Like, he played stupid. He wasn't that damn
stupid. He just didn't want to deal with a lot, so he played stupid. But
he's not that damn stupid. Because when it was time to lock in and actually discipline his kids, he did it. But he let Claire do most of the work and let Claire look like the bad parent so he could look like the fun guy.
That is such a big issue. So, in court, now the ruling is based off best interest for the child, right? Which I think that's the best thing. I don't think the mother always deserves full custody or the father. But you think that you are the better parent if you can't tell me what's the kid's doctor name is, what's the kid's teacher name, like, so it's like they'd be like, well, my baby mom was so toxic. If you was actually parenting them, like, so let's say y'all both live in a house at one point in time, but you let her have all the parental roles and you just a cool parent, you're never ever going to get custody of the kid because you couldn't tell them nothing about them. Because
you're not a parent.
Yeah.
You're just there.
You're a prospect. You're a prop.
You just a live-in deadbeat. That's all.
Yeah. I think social media has rotted people's minds.
Yes. Like, people create these parasocial relationships with people through a phone. I don't know you. You don't know me.
You don't know me.
Stop being weird.
Also, like, parasocial relationships is so bad. But, like, why would you think someone on the internet who's getting paid to talk is telling you the truth? I get paid to say whatever.
A lot of y'all missing out on checks. That first of the month, you missing it.
Yeah. Like,
something ain't right.
I caught that.
Something ain't right.
Okay, so why do you think that, like, young black kids feel so disconnected from education?
It's because education is not something that is instilled in the home anymore. A lot of these people don't care. Like they do not. Genuinely do not care. They stick a device in front of their child from the second they pop out the womb and expect them to hit the ground running. But you never gave them the tools to set themselves up successfully. You never taught them the ABCs and their 1, 2, 3s and the sounds of the phonetic sounds of the ABCs or anything like that. You never taught them how to hold a pencil. You never taught them how to spell their name. So when they go to kindergarten and they don't know these things by October and you're confused and you're talking to the kindergarten teacher, you getting all disrespectful with her, you never set your child up to be successful when they walk in the classroom.
Your kids are supposed to know how letters sounds like b, s, k, like all of that, and they supposed to know how to write their name and all of that while entering kindergarten. Like that's what they're supposed to know. What they're supposed to be able to do by the end is write it better. Yeah, they're supposed to know more words, but I think kids should come into kindergarten. It was a study like knowing 20,000 words.
You ask them their mama name, they say bacon.
Yeah.
How does that help?
Yeah.
How does that help? They don't know their address. They don't know their mama phone number. Nothing.
Yeah, when I went to school, because I was the oldest sibling of the younger three, like I knew my mom's phone number and I knew my dad's phone number and I knew where we lived. I could write that I knew that I ain't know how to get there, but I knew what it was.
Yes, like when I went into kindergarten, I knew how to spell my name. I knew how to hold a pencil. I couldn't read just yet, but I could tell you how the story was going just based off the pictures. I knew my mom's full name, her full government name. I knew my address down to a T.
Yeah. Oh, I hate when they be like, I take such good care of my kids. All you did was buy them Jordans.
Exactly. You cannot give your child what you wish you had as a child and think that makes you a good parent. If you are not nurturing your children, you are not a good parent.
Yeah. Kids need so much. I think people really underestimate how much attention their kids need because they didn't have it. They were like, I turned out fine. Did you? You seem quite bitter from something that happened 35 years ago.
Yeah, you're not fine.
And that's okay. You don't, sometimes you're split in half and that'll have to do. But people who are split in half shouldn't have kids because they need a whole parent all the time. They need as much attention as they need all the time.
And the problem is these people know that they need closure from their parents, but they won't ever talk to their parents because they know that their parents are narcissistic and they will always, always, always deny what they did to the child. That's why you'll never speak to your parents about how you feel about them on the inside because you know your mom she's not going to receive it.
If you have the type of parent that will listen, you have two. You have the type that will listen and address what you did or what they did to you, and you have the one that was
I'm sorry I made you feel that.
I'm sorry I made you. Okay, here's the thing about apologizing. Sometimes, or in changing behavior. So if I tell you did something, if I ask you to stop doing something I don't like, you don't really need to know why I don't like it for you to stop. The first thing you should do is stop before we even get into why. And I think some parents never stop, and then they never sit to ask why. Yeah. Or all they do is ask why and never stop.
Also, parents don't expect children to have boundaries. They expect their child to have no bounds.
The worst thing you can do to tell your parent to do is stop. Or,
Case in point, I remember one time my mom wanted to sleep in my bed because I had the upstairs room and my mom's room is in the basement. And I told her no. You know what she did? She took my phone for 2 weeks because I did not want her to sleep in my bed.
When people take the kid's phone, unless what they was looking up on the phone is the problem, what is taking the phone accomplishing?
I couldn't understand it.
I used to be mad. They said no. Literally, my dad would hit me with all this stuff I get you. I gave you food yesterday.
Why are you guilting me about something that you should do?
You supposed to be doing that, bro.
That is the basic necessities. If you don't do that, they're going to call CPS.
Yeah. So do not brag about what you're doing. If you didn't do it, you would be in a jail cell, and I would be with a different family. They'll be like, well, I fed you, I did all of this, and if you ever didn't do that for one single day, and someone walked into the house and you wasn't doing it, where would you be and where would I be? I know where you would be. You would have no idea where I would be because you wouldn't get no type of visitation. And yeah, I hate that I brought you to this world. I could take you right out of it. It's like they think that we were brought here on storks and we chose our parents.
Right. Like, actually, I was God's gift to you.
Yeah. It's like I woke up one day and you were my mom.
Literally. I gained consciousness one day and I said, whoa, that lady is my mom. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, but back to the education. I think kids, I don't think that they understand that this is something that they need. Almost every successful person has gotten some. I do not know one person who did not get, once they became, if they didn't have education before they got successful, didn't get it. So, like, even the professional athletes, you don't think that they know financial literacy now? $300 million contract later?
Yeah.
Tough.
They screwed up their first contract. I bet you by the time their second one came, they knew what to do.
Yeah, so it's like, and I think that they view education as a chore, the young kids, versus as a tool to get where you want to go.
Yeah. Especially athletes. Like, growing up.
They glorify athletes and rappers and models and everything else, and they like demonize going to college, and they make it seem like, oh, college is so expensive, and you'll get the same results if you just start posting on YouTube. What?
Well, let's think about how many YouTube accounts there are, and let's think about the 10 YouTubers that you know. Okay. So
I'm pretty sure everybody is tired of seeing mall pranks and school pranks.
These pranks are harassment.
Oh my God, 20v1s, bro. 20v1s.
20v1s are it was an idea planted in the black community by the CIA. I will prove it.
Yes. Okay, I hate black conversations. Why are we talking about who should eat first?
Who get in the front seat of the car, your mom or your girl?
Like, these black conversations just irritate me. Not because it's black people speaking, it's just what they're saying. Like, this is such a non-issue, and we're making this the biggest plot point of our lives.
Like, this is a minuscule issue. Of the multitude of issues that black people face, that one
your girl or your mom getting in the car. That's what you didn't ask us what school you should put your kid in. You didn't ask us how to help you learn how to help you further your relationship with your mother. You asked us who gets the front seat.
I don't understand.
Why don't you know that? Like think about what you're asking the internet to do for you. So I want to talk about hip hop and the effect it has had traditionally and like historically in the black community and what it is today. So first, hip hop, what it is. Hip hop was a way for the like kids who were getting harassed and grew up underprivileged to talk about how they felt and talk about what they did in a way that could resound with people. And rap is rhythm and poetry, and that's what rap is. And I think it has changed. Because I feel like when Ice Cube and all of them, they would do the crimes, wait a little bit, they didn't talk about it. I feel like nowadays, people do crimes just to rap about them.
Yeah, okay, see, what the old heads used to do, and I think the last rapper I saw do this was like Boosie. He gonna commit the crime, do his time, and then he can talk about the crime because he already either got acquitted or did his time.
Boosie didn't talk about how he pistol whipped that man for 40 minutes straight until he went to prison about it. He was like, I already did my time, so I'll tell you all about it because I did it. But like, why are you telling us about what you're about to do?
Like TK with the whole race thing. You knew you were on the run. You dropped a song about being on the run. And was surprised you got 60 years. My guy, they got all the evidence right there.
And also, I do not understand why people... Oh, this is what I want to say. Why? So if I'm doing a movie, back to social media to go back because my train of thought came back. If I'm doing a movie and I play a serial killer, you know that I'm not a serial killer in real life. Or at least you don't think I am. But if I'm a rapper, why do you think everything I said to you is true? Why don't you recognize that this is just an art form, like my pain and my acting is? It's like I'll say Drake. His name is Aubrey Graham. Drake is a character that he plays. He might play it more often than he's Aubrey, but that is just a character. Like that's what the rap is. Rap and hip hop today is a curated image that execs give you that you follow and that we, the masses, listen to. So, like, I don't understand why y'all view, like...
They've been doing it with the pop star sphere, but I think it started with Chicago drill music. They had never seen a nigga really live the shit he rap about.
In real time. First. And here's the problem. Drill music was cool till you met a real driller. Like, King Von, I think I think he changed it for people started to view it as, like, what is going on? drill music was cool till you met a real driller. To someone who was really doing it, and every time you write down one of his raps, it's the exact same situation as the crime scene.
Mm-hmm.
I think hoe music was cool till you met a real hoe in Sexy Red. It was perfectly cool. What?
I don't like that Sexy Red comment, but I am from St. Louis, so maybe I'm biased.
I think Sexy Red. This is her life. This is her, she's big sexy. But in like the 2000s and the Trina and the 90s era, they was like, oh, this is bumping. But how's it not bumping when she do it?
Exactly. Like mind you, Trina was way more. Trina said, and I quote, what she say?
She said if she
knew this is how Dick felt, she would be fucking by the time she was 10. She said that out of her own fucking mouth.
Yeah. Was that on The Baddest?
Yes.
Yeah, that was on The Yeah.
Yes.
She said that. And it's like,
I got an ass so big like the sun. I hope you got a mouth for a dick I like to run. And that is less raunchy than what Sexy Red is saying right now. Please let me know.
Yeah, I think people want to hate on what kids like, and I agree that your kids should not listen to Sexy Red. But when you
folks are not raising your children.
But when you was listening to Trina, it was okay.
You were doing that behind your mom's back.
Only difference is they recording their kids saying, "Get it sexy."
Y'all letting them twerk, and y'all think it's funny, y'all think it's cute. And but then y'all be like, oh, y'all want to hop on social media. Oh, the music's so raunchy, and y'all making y'all kids like that. But the music is not raising your child. Your child shouldn't even have access to it. They should know what it is because you should be that buffer. Yeah. But you're not.
When you in the car with your kid, you should play
Kids Bop.
Kids Bop. Coco Melon.
Church music.
Yeah. Why? Think about
Kirk
it.
Franklin.
Kids are sponges. So think about whatever lyrics they say. Think about if they went out and did it. Think about your kid decided that this is what I want to do. And what songs would you be playing?
Lil RT got to be the worst.
Yes.
They have filled that young boy. And all his actions are... Like, first off, he's 9. So 9-year-olds are just 9-year-olds. Like, when I see them act, I'll be like, your parent let you do this?
Yeah. I never blame the action on the child. It's always, who is letting you do this?
Yeah. Because you only think this is okay because you've never got a consequence for it.
Yes. Because nobody has ever told you this is wrong. You think it's okay?
Yeah.
It's not. Like, why are you talking about fucking hoes and fucking bitches and you 9 years old and you haven't even gotten past, bro, what is the 9-year-old grade?
Third, fourth.
Third, fourth grade. Bro, you don't even know about U.S. history, for real. Like, you don't even know the basics of U.S. history. You don't even know how to
Like, could you point out where you live on a map?
Tell me about long division.
Yeah. Okay, so do y'all think that hip-hop culture plays a role in limiting career aspirations or does it inspire ambition?
It definitely limits career aspirations, but also, why don't these people take the skills that they have and turn them into good things?
Like, it depends.
Like those same skills you use to sell drugs can be applied to a different job. I promise you.
Yeah, if you could sell somebody drugs, you could sell them anything.
You could sell a car.
Yeah.
It's like, what kind of rapper are you? It's like,
no, I think
the messages between Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole like are almost the same, but the way that they sell to people are different.
Both ultra successful, and they're also from 2 different sides of the country. So I
also, one is biracial and one is fully black.
Yeah.
One was immersed in the culture and raised in the culture, breathed by the culture, and one person lurks. He hunts.
He had to educate himself on the culture. It's like, who do people nowadays? Black people don't even find mixed people black anymore. They want to like.
It's the fact that what mixed people have white people's ego, and that is always their downfall in the black community. You cannot come into a black person's space and feel like you should be above just because you have a tinge of white in you.
Having a white woman's self view on yourself with a black man's face is the worst thing you could do.
Ever have.
Like, I think the way that white women operate in the world is extremely different from how black women do. And you cannot have that same ego and that same self-righteousness and that same entitlement in the black community. Because you don't get it. Because that's not how you, as a mixed person, And this is why I consider mixed people mixed, because being black has their own struggles, being white has their own struggles, and now you have both. So now I think that you like I consider my mixed friends as my mixed friends, not my black or white friends, because you calling yourself black is taking away from my struggle and yours.
Exactly.
Because you've never been black enough, you've also never been white enough for the family. So you do have a unique set of struggles that I do think you should talk about. But calling yourself a black person takes away from mine.
But see, it's easier for mixed people. That's why I always consider mixed people white. It's easier for mixed people to assimilate into white culture. The only thing you have to do is just never learn about your black side. If you never be black, you can assimilate into white culture. But assimilating into black culture is very, very hard. It's a lot of nuances. There's a lot of unspoken rules. There's a lot of things that you cannot learn if you're just not black.
It has to
don't
be
grow
in
up black.
you. It has to be in you. It can't be on you. I do not think that. Okay, so let's say your brain, the most important development ages is like 0 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
If you're 10 and you're trying to assimilate in it, you can. By the time you're 30, you might be fully immersed. But if I grew up in it, by the time I was 12, I had it. I understood it. I knew what and what not to do because I watched it. And if you don't get to watch it every day in person, it doesn't get to. It's not up here. It's only up. It's only right here. I think it definitely has to be in you and not on you.
That's why white people can act black for a while, and then once they get out of that rebellious fate, they go right back to being white. I'm sorry, because it has to be in you. It cannot be on you.
It's like black people now decide which mixed people that they want to call black and like for the culture. Like, oh, J. Cole, he's for the culture.
What is the culture? We have to talk about that.
Pretty, who's like they are picking like all these mixed women now.
I don't feel like Zendaya's for the culture.
No,
I don't feel like any of these mixed people are for the culture.
They are for themselves and for their.
They just represent black culture because they are the.
They say, "Oh,
faces
this
of black
Zendaya's
culture.
the best black actress," and it's like she's not even really black.
Mind you,
we
spent our whole life watching Viola Davis and Angela Bassett, and we
right.
And that's okay. Let's talk about the culture. What is it?
I feel like black culture to me is our traditions and like the way that we think, like the unique experiences it takes to be black. There's like being black is so much so much more than like a skin color. Like it really is like it's an ethnicity. That's why it's considered an ethnicity. We have our own food style. We have our own language. We have our own way that we dress. We have our different culture and traditions. We have different religions that were created specifically by black people for black people. That is why we are considered an ethnicity.
The Hebrew Israelites?
That's a questionable. We don't talk about them. That's a questionable sector. Even though my mom is a Hebrew Israelite, and my sister, that is a questionable sector that we don't talk about.
Hebrew Israelites are the people. They're like the broken clocks from what I've experienced in their right twice a day, because they hate when black people pledge Greek. They hate it.
I want to pledge Greek so bad, but that's why I'm waiting until I move in my apartment until August. Amen.
Yeah, they be like, "You not Greek, you black." And that's what I agree with.
They do what they did with all
Greek people don't like.
And they be praising them Greek gods. I'm telling you, they do all them weird ass rituals.
Nobody in my family is pledged to anything. Nobody, not a single person.
On my dad's side, they are. I have 2 aunts. I have an aunt that's a Zeta aunt. That's a cool.
He got the one that looked like the horseshoe.
He's a Omega Psi Phi.
And he got that not as a tattoo. It's branded.
What do they even do? All I see on TikTok is them talking about.
Y'all know that one man that danced like. That's what they.
No,
all they do is talk about going around and cheating on fucking people. Like that's all they do. They jump around it.
Yeah. Greek letter organizations started off as they started off as a sector because we weren't allowed into white fraternities. So we started our black Greek letter fraternities. Our first one is Alpha Phi Alpha. You know, they call themselves the apes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yep, that's them. They was the very first ones. The idea is built around community. Right. They're supposed to
do a lot of great things in the
go into the community and help.
But it's like.
But I feel like some of the strolls do take away from what the what the
What's that?
what the fraternity does. Like the Q Dogs, they have a reputation of being very like promiscuous, very nasty. Like they call themselves the dirty dogs, the nasty dogs. Like, that's what they call themselves. But it takes that image and them always being freaky and hopping around and doing all tongues out like they mouth.
Their image
away,
is affecting their impact.
Yes, and especially with this Caleb Wilson case that just happened, completely shattered the Q's. Like,
it's like, are you joining this?
I really don't see anybody wanting to pledge Omega Psi Phi for a long time after they killed that boy. I really don't see it.
Are you really joining this? Are you really joining Cabins because you wanna help the community, or do you want some on your resume, or you want
some letters? Do you want some letters? You want to stroll?
You want some girls? You want to stroll? You want to learn how to stroll for real? You want to do all this stuff like.
A lot of them don't even be financial, because when you join a Greek letter organization,
you have to pay.
You have to pay them for life. This is a for life thing. Then that's also a difference between black sororities and fraternities and white sororities and fraternities. White sororities and fraternities, they're just for college. They're 4 years, years in college, woo woo, and then you're done. Black letter fraternities, you in there for life.
I've seen so many older AKAs. I think it's like
my old pediatrician was an AKA actually.
My principal was one. Yeah.
My math teacher was one.
My cheer coach was a Zeta.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, my cheer coach. Well, in the high school.
Your cheer coach?
Nah, like my cheer type shit girl. Like she was an AKA.
Okay, so if you are from the greater St. Louis area, you would know about a school called Clyde C. Miller Career Academy. And I think even though the school has some troubles, I think what the school is great. It gives kids career opportunities at a very young age. They go out into the field. I appreciate that a lot. And I think that's what a lot more schools should be able to try to do. Like, obviously, the school itself is not the best, but what it does, giving them like vocational skills, I think that's amazing. Also, that is another thing that we need to talk about in the black community. Why aren't trades more like accentualized? Like, stop. Your son is never going to be a rapper. He probably can make it as a plumber though. He probably can. He ain't gonna never be a good YouTuber. He probably can make it as an electrician. I promise you. And they make good money. Good money. The garbage man has the best benefits out of almost every city worker. Like, they always labor that will always be needed because people don't want to do it is labor that you should do. Because the pay. Things that are hard to do and things that people they don't want to do, those jobs will always pay. Because who wants to drive in a truck for 16 hours?
You think your exterminator don't get paid? Your exterminator get paid. His salary is up there.
Yeah. And you can control your own working hours. Like, I think that those type of things should be...
Also, it's very easy to get into trades. Case in point, there's 2 schools up here. There's North Tech and there's South Tech. I went to North Tech. I was a dually enrolled student while I was in high school. I graduated high school and got my cosmetology license. I'm a fully licensed cosmetologist as we speak. I can go pick up some hours at a salon if I wanted to and make a whole bunch of money. Like, that is what vocational schools can do for you. That is what trades can do for you.
Also, think about how much more you could travel with those type of skills. Like, doing haircuts. Like, celebrity barbers got it right. Like, what happened? And, like, think about how much money you can make in college. If you do nails, if you do hair, if you cut hair, like, things, that's
when you cut LeBron's beard, man.
Yeah.
You travel with LeBron. You can probably get to his games if you really get his beard right.
Yeah.
You probably at his games. You probably hanging out, like, bro.
Yeah, like, trades can do it. Like, college, you don't have to go broke going to college. You could like put yourself through trade school. Trade school, like, for some of the trades, you only got to go for 2 years, a year and a half.
Another thing is, like, people don't want to do athletics because they think, oh, it's not going to get me anywhere. But doing that starting young and doing the sports can get you into college way easier. Not just from actually being good, but the fact that you did those sports, balanced that, took these APs and honors classes, and that will get you academically. Yes.
And just because you're on a sports scholarship does not mean that you have to go pro. You just play good enough to get through school.
Student athlete.
Play good enough to get you through school and get that degree for free. What is you doing?
While doing something that you love.
Where I live now, in Lost Mountain, Powder Springs, Cobb County. Cobb County.
Is that in Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cobb County has got to be like, it's the most athletic place in Georgia. That is where Sharif Cooper came from. Anthony Edwardson cycled through there. There's so many NBA players, NFL players that came from my high school personally. High school 2 minutes down the street.
We have these two schools called CBC and Chaminade. Those are the best two boys schools, and they're both all boys schools, and they're the best two basketball schools that, like, when they play, the city comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I went to a game to watch Sharif Cooper play, man.
Like, when Jason Tatum was at Chaminade, y'all, he had a song about him. Pull up, shoot. Jason. Like, yeah.
Bruh.
And I think it's weird that the only time we could come together as a city is with athletes. Why can't we do that with programs that give back and charitable organizations? Because let's CBC and Chaminade play at the V. That it's gonna be low crime in that area until they start fighting, and then everyone's gonna be enjoying it. But organizations struggle to get 10 people to show up when it's a charitable event.
Right.
Priorities.
And then y'all only want to show up to a charity event if it's a giveaway. What's up with that?
Then y'all mad that y'all can't get the toys y'all want.
Like the
this
fun
is
runs. Like, bro, you only showed up to run around in circles just so you could get that little bike that they get when you raise enough money. Like, you ask your parents. I would never, bro. The max I would get was the free bracelet that you get to go tell your parents to raise money, and they would not give me nothing.
Man, y'all ever tried to sell y'all family the TJ's cookies and I couldn't.
Maybe I used to put that little thing, that fundraising thing, right in my backpack, and he still never see the light.
I wouldn't even put it in no folder either. I just put it in the backpack.
Yes.
Just put it in the backpack, no folder.
One time, the only person that bought
mine
mine was a teacher from the school. I was like, man, we in the trenches. Like, this is a shame. Like,
Used to flip through the magazine for fun. Oh, that look good.
Oh, I wonder what the prizes are going to be next year. Like, we would raise enough money somehow too. Like, somehow we would have enough money. Oh, y'all get a new basketball court.
Yeah.
What do you mean we get a new basketball?
Nah, they used to give us prizes. I remember one time this girl sold so much she got a bike. I said, wow, that was like the biggest prize.
I remember hoverboards dropped. Bruh.
The hoverboard trend that took over the city.
I made a PowerPoint on please let me get this hoverboard. Like, it's not gonna explode, trust. Like, I did some research. This brand don't explode.
Bro, me and my best friend, we had a hoverboard. We used to drive around the park. Like, you would have thought we was swerving, bending those corners. Like, but then when they added the function that it could spin now, when you just like
stop.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Hoverboard.
I just think I was so cool.
What era was that? 2015, 2016?
Yeah, I used to be zooming through my auntie house. I mean, one time my cousin was zooming on a hoverboard. She didn't know it was finna die. That mug died mid-roll. She...
I remember I got it for Christmas. Like, I literally made a whole PowerPoint. Like, and my dad still talking about, you literally made a whole PowerPoint on why we should get you a
They
hoverboard.
don't understand. Like, the hoverboard, like, if you
it was
remember
that serious.
One, yeah.
It was
really
that,
was.
Indeed that serious.
Mine would have lights, play music on there. I'm playing that Fendi.
When they added the speaker, oh my goodness, the speaker.
Yo, the speaker used to go crazy.
Oh my God.
The Bluetooth is connected.
Bruh.
Oh
This is exactly what it sound like. Battery low. And I'd be like, damn.
Yeah, but then it's weird how fast trends just disappear.
Yeah. Like
Bruh.
the light up shoes, that was in for a minute. Like,
The Filas, the Chucky Filas.
Or like the ones that look like Converse, and it would be like, people would be wearing like the full gold or the full chrome, like silver looking ones, and they would like light up, bro.
And then I think now we're at the trend of when people wear the sambas and the shorts.
mm-hmm. Or they like
I started that. At
big
my
short.
high
I feel like big shorts and like a fashionable shoe is in.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I got them on right now. I fell victim. I got them damn Asics on right now, man.
Okay,
Some new
I'm happy
balance.
we're bringing orthopedic shoes back.
Yes.
Our generation foot health has increased because now people wear New Balances around and wear Aces. Like, orthopedic shoes is being brought back in style. I don't like how they're making them raise the price because they're for old people.
Like,
yeah.
But
the way Air Forces will never fall off the map, but the way they were like the craziest trend, my freshman, sophomore year, and then eventually that's when Sambas and Asics were like, oh, if you don't want Air Forces, you can go get some Adidas Sambas. or something like that. And
Oh
that's
my
when people
man.
started.
When y'all, if you ever was in second grade, you came to school in the khaki pants and the shell toes. Oh my goodness.
The K-Swiss?
The K-Swiss.
I had a bad pair, all white, silver little.
Or and then obviously the good force. Before black forces became like the enemy of
Evil.
like if you had a pair of black and white forces, you
Bro, Hirachis.
if you had Hirachis, bro.
Bro, them pair of all-white Hirachis took over the community. Everybody had that.
Bro, it was Hirachis versus the white boys wearing the Adidas, the Ultra Boost ones. Them like weird looking knit.
What else? Man, and then when Crocs got in style,
Bruh, they was beat. Y'all was wearing them Crocs till they fell off.
Yeah.
Till the brakes fell off, man. To the little strap came off.
yeah, having strapless Crocs is crazy because you've been wearing them mugs to the ground.
No traction,
like
but
that?
I remember people used to
Y'all-
show smooth
That's
Crocs,
dangerous.
no traction.
But you remember the Adidas pants era?
Oh,
Bruh,
Boy,
the tracksuits.
The tracks.
bro, when the Nike Techs first started taking
Nike
over.
Techs. Nike. I used to want a Nike Techs.
And then now it's you can't get no coochie out the queen. Put
There's
some
a Lulu on there, bud.
Lululemon. I hate Lululemon. Overrated.
Lululemon hates you. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They hate you.
Especially if you Asian.
Our
Allegedly-
volleyball team is sponsored by Lululemon, by the way. They all get Lululemon gear. All of them. Warm-ups, shorts, socks.
Lululemon.
I don't know what Lululemon. Like, what? Why they getting so much? That's so
What
much
are y'all
money.
sponsored by?
Nike, Tier. That's like a swim brand or whatever.
Oh my.
But, bro.
Okay, when Nike Techs took over like the world, and then they gave
The Nike Tech Air
they
Force.
gave Central C credit for making Nike Techs in style, and he's a British person.
They
So
was
we
wearing-
just
they wear
we gonna
tracksuits
skip
for
all
a
the way
living.
over 2014 Chicago. Like we gonna skip them.
Like, they wear Nike Techs and puffers for a living over there.
But we started
But
that. Nike not even
like,
an English company.
they-
How you gonna
I'm
say
saying.
he started the brand?
This
Nike not even from over
Yeah,
there. What are you talking
and I think ASAP Rocky said he's the reason why Air Forces are in style.
You skipping all the way over Nelly?
Like if you were not in St. Louis at that time, you would not know. Well, no, the world knew. Air Force Ones, like
Give
me two purrs.
I need two purrs.
Hello. Hey now. Okay, well, thank y'all for listening. And as always, if you disagree, you're wrong.
Clark